With Battleground 2016 taking place live tonight at the Verizon Center in Washington, D.C., there's a ton of speculative rumors going around at this hour. What are the top rumors heading into Battleground tonight on the WWE Network? Let's talk about it. What is going on, guys? JD from New York here. Thank you for tuning back into the channel. Today, what I got for you guys is a list of potential rumors and speculative news articles about WWE Battleground tonight. The top rumors going into tonight's pay-per-view, live on the WWE Network, Washington, D.C., the Verizon Center. I don't think Battleground is going to be that newsworthy of a show. And I went over this several times in the last few days. The main thing that I'm concerned about tonight is, number one, WWE hopefully bringing some answers to so many questions that we all have regarding the championships in the WWE. Where is the Intercontinental Championship going to be? What brand is that going to be exclusive for? Same thing with the United States Championship. Which brand is that going to be exclusive for? What about the WWE Championship? Is Seth Rollins going to bring the WWE title back to Monday Night Raw? Right now it's on Smackdown with Dean Ambrose. And going into tonight's event, Dean Ambrose is actually the odds-on favorite to walk out of Battleground with the WWE Championship. That is according to the Vegas odds. But I don't think that is going to happen tonight. I firmly believe Seth Rollins is going to recapture the WWE Championship and that we will have a one-on-one match at Summerslam with Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins in the main event for Summerslam in the Barclays Center in August. But as far as everything else goes, I mean, Roman Reigns coming back from suspension, from his wellness policy violation, and the reaction that he's going to get, it's not really that newsworthy of a show, but those things more are of a concern to me. I want to see what happens. I want to see how Roman Reigns is portrayed, not only by the WWE, but how he handles himself coming back. Is he going to be rejuvenated? Is he going to have a new lease on life? I don't know what's going to happen. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens tonight on the WWE Network. But I do have a list of potential things going on leading into tonight's pay-per-view. Quickly, before we get into what I have here in this video, I made already 2 videos today. Off the Script, Part 3 for episode 127. Bray Wyatt being punished by WWE for tweets to Matt Hardy about the final deletion. Is WWE punishing Bray Wyatt? Did they draft him low in the draft as punishment? Did they split up the Wyatt family as punishment for his actions on Twitter? It's very interesting to know that WWE would go to, to such lengths, especially for Bray Wyatt, who seems to be one of the more quiet WWE superstars, doesn't get into much trouble. But it is definitely an interesting listen. Make sure you guys go check that out. Link will be down in the description below. I also made a video about how PW Insider, WrestlingInc.com, and WrestleZone.com are all reporting that Bayley is going to be the mystery partner for Sasha Banks tonight at Battleground as she goes into a tag team match against Charlotte and Dana Brooke. So make sure you guys check that out. I uploaded that about an hour and a half ago, so make sure you guys go check that out as well. But as far as the rumors going into Battleground, the top rumors heading into tonight's pay-per-view, WWE has said that this is going to be more like a lead-in to SummerSlam. So the odds of it being a quiet night could definitely happen. This might be one of the most critical times in WWE, recent WWE history at least, but the contrary to many reports, especially the Wrestling Observer and Dave Meltzer, they have warned fans not to expect any major changes at Battleground. The word is that WWE are treating this pay-per-view as a lead-in to SummerSlam, and that Battleground will be used to set up stories rather than wind them down. Obviously, we have Rollins and Reigns. I believe that's going to be the main event. Sasha and Charlotte, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. I don't think this is going to be the final battle like they've been hyping up. I think they will have one more battle at SummerSlam. It really makes sense to put those two on a bigger stage in some type of stipulation. This makes sense on a number of levels. Rivalries like Cena Styles, Banks, Charlotte, not even close to running out of steam. They will definitely continue on into SummerSlam. And their respective tag team matches are highly likely to result in finishes that set up singles matches between both sets of wrestlers. That's also too much animosity brewing between Rollins, Reigns, and Ambrose for their rivalry to conclude on Sunday, and a repeat of this very same match could happen at SummerSlam in the main event. I've been saying for weeks, I don't know why this match really wasn't put between Rollins and Ambrose and why we didn't get the triple threat at SummerSlam, but WWE likes to rush into everything, and they don't have any patience whatsoever. From a fan's perspective, it would be extremely disappointing to see WWE churn out another uneventful pay-per-view. Tuesday night's draft has already seen a huge cloud of criticism from all over the WWE universe, especially me on this channel. And while it makes sense for the company to save their bigger moments for SummerSlam, they cannot afford to lose any more momentum, because right now WWE seems like a sinking ship. There's a lot of questions that do not have answers, and they need to give us something of substance today. Something of substance tonight at Battleground. Also, to add to Cena, Styles, Banks, Charlotte, Zayn, and Owens, New Day versus Enzo and Cass should be cast as the tag team match at SummerSlam. I believe WWE is going to go in that direction as well. I've been saying that for months. It only makes sense for Enzo and Cass to dethrone the New Day as the tag team champions, being that they are the hottest team in the WWE, are Enzo and Cass. Winning that championship in Brooklyn only makes the most sense and is the most logical decision. Bayley, I will not talk about this any longer. I did a video on it before this one. Bayley set to debut. That is another rumor going around. You guys know how I feel. I've been saying it all weekend. I do not think Bayley is going to be the partner. I just don't believe the rumors. But apparently, according to Mike Johnson of PW Insider, WrestleZone, and WrestlingInc.com, Bayley is set and has always been the plan to be the partner for Sasha Banks at Battleground to battle Charlotte and Dana Brooke. I just don't see it. I don't see why WWE would give us Bayley as the mystery partner into an uneventful lead-in pay-per-view. I just don't see it. So I would definitely choose Nia Jax or a Naomi or something along those lines, because Bayley needs a bigger introduction, and I think that bigger introduction will be at Monday Night Raw following SummerSlam when Sasha beats Charlotte for the Women's Championship, and that's going to build slowly to Sasha and Charlotte, not Sasha and Charlotte, Sasha and Bayley, which I believe is the absolute perfect match to culminate and finish that feud at WrestleMania 33. Slow build. Does WWE have patience to give us a year-long women's feud that will end at WrestleMania 33 like those two deserve? I hope so. That's what I would do. I don't know about you guys, but Bayley set to debut. It could happen. It's 50-50 right now, as long as it's not Eva Marie. If it is, I may fucking take a knife and cut my fucking wrist, or slit my wrists at Battleground, live on Twitter. I don't know. Whatever, as long as it's not Eva Marie. She belongs nowhere near a ring. Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn. The final battle? I don't think so. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens have been feuding for the best part of 7 years. Whether in Ring of Honor, NXT, or WWE, the duo have produced a classic rivalry grounded in reality, steeped in history. As the rhetoric goes, Zayn and Owens seem to be destined to do this forever. Fight forever. But if the rumors are to be believed, Sunday night could be the last time we see them clash for a very long time. WWE have been promoting this match as the final battle. They're carefully choosing the words and hinting towards finality in all promotional material for this match, televised or otherwise, and for all intents and purposes, it looks like we're going to witness a genuine conclusion at Battleground. I don't think so. This is a tricky one, because Zayn versus Owens in the feud really feels like something should happen on a bigger stage than Battleground, which I've been saying all week, and I think SummerSlam should be the culmination, the final stage of this feud. And with SummerSlam just around the corner, it makes sense for WWE to have this match one more time, then lead towards an epic final showdown in the Barclays Center. However, this rumor is spawned straight from the horse's mouth. It's just not dirt sheet speculation. WWE themselves are suggesting that this is the last time we'll see them fight, which brings a strong air of credibility. I think not Sasha Banks. I think Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn is going to be a match that might steal the show tonight. I think this match will definitely continue on into SummerSlam. And what I predicted and what I think will happen is Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, being that they are drafted to the same brand. I think WWE did this on purpose. I think they drafted both men to the same brand to give you that image that these guys literally are going to continue what they supposedly will end at Battleground. And I think they're going to go into SummerSlam with some type of stipulation. And now, this is what I would do. I don't know if this is actually going to happen, but I believe WWE would definitely benefit from something like this, especially on the grander stage of SummerSlam. I think the loser leaves town stipulation would be great for these guys. Ladder match, something like a contract hanging above the ring. SummerSlam has been the home to many ladder matches during its fucking steep history, its legendary history. I think Zayn and Owens can add their own legacy to the ladder match at SummerSlam. And I think a loser leaves town match with the loser going to Smackdown so they don't have to deal with each other for the remainder of the year. And if WWE wants to have drafts yearly, then they could revisit this 2, maybe 3 years down the line when these guys are a little bit more mature. Maybe one of them will be the world champion. We can see this again revisited years later for a bigger title like the WWE Championship, or if the WWE introduces a World Heavyweight Championship to SmackDown, depending how long this draft and this brand split remains in effect. But I think this is going to continue on into SummerSlam. I think WWE will definitely benefit from this, and I think Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens will as well, as they can create their own legacy at SummerSlam in that type of stipulation, that ladder match, loser leaves town. I think that's what's going to happen for sure tonight. Tonight is not going to be the final battle. I think the final battle for now will be at SummerSlam for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Another rumor going around for tonight is that Dana Brooke will turn on Charlotte. I don't think this is happening, and I don't think it's in WWE's best interest to turn Dana Brooke on Charlotte. I don't think Dana Brooke is ready at all to be on her own. I think she needs to remain with Charlotte for the time being. But WWE have big plans for Dana Brooke. Apparently, Vince McMahon sees her as the Roman Reigns of the women's division. Originally debuting with Emma, Brooke has found a new role as women's champion, Charlotte's strapping enforcer, and will join her in battle with Sasha Banks and her mystery partner this week. And it's been reported for months that WWE officials are very high on Brooke, and that Vince McMahon, like I said, is particularly keen on building her as a female Roman Reigns, and it could all kick off this weekend at Battleground. There's now believed to be a strong chance that Brooke will turn her back on Charlotte at Battleground. Whether or not this will result in a feud for the Women's Championship remains to be seen, particularly with Banks still waiting in the wings, and that is definitely going to be the match at SummerSlam, Banks versus Charlotte. But it would propel Brooke to a new level of prominence and help shake off her unfortunate sidekick tag. She's got more to concern herself with, for sure. She needs to shake off the fucking botches that she continues to show off every single week on Monday Night Raw. Brooke has visibly struggled to adapt to the main roster on television, with her in-ring performances particularly lagging behind those of her peers. WWE would be putting a lot of trust in her should they choose to elevate her so quickly, and Reigns' own story should serve as a cautionary tale. Push Dana Brooke too early, and WWE risk doing severe damage to her long-term superstar viability. But when has that ever stopped them from doing it in the past? Obviously, WWE has ruined Roman Reigns beyond repair. I do not really urge WWE to do this again and make the same mistake twice. I don't think Dana Brooke is going to turn on Charlotte. I don't think that's the right decision business-wise. She needs to remain with Charlotte. She is nowhere near ready to go out on her own. One of the more interesting rumors happening at Battleground, Finn Balor to make his official WWE debut. Finn Balor's call-up to the WWE's main roster was long overdue, and in making him the 5th overall draft pick, the company has positioned him as an immediate superstar. Clowns. For those who say Finn Balor's in-ring work is not up to standard, he's nothing but a vanilla midget, stick this where the sun don't shine, please. Finn Balor is going to be a fucking megastar in WWE. Believe it or not, it's coming. The selection makes it very clear that WWE have big things planned for the former NXT champion, and while his draft inclusion felt like an inevitability, Balor going to Raw was a rare cause for celebration on a generally disappointing draft night. Disappointing, more like a fucking failure of a draft night. The Irishman will almost certainly appear on this week's Monday Night Raw, but it now seems like he could make his debut even earlier. There's a strong indication that Balor will make an appearance at Battleground this weekend, and should that occur, it's likely that he'll get involved in the John Cena, Enzo Cass versus The Club match, Styles, Gallows, and Anderson. It makes perfect sense. Balor has long-standing history with Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows and AJ Styles by association from his time in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Their presence gives him an instant storyline to jump into, with AJ being split from the former Bullet Club allies in the draft. Anderson and Gallows now need a new leader. If Balor does appear, the most likely scenario is that he interrupts AJ as the club's leader, and just like AJ did to him in the Bullet Club, the long-awaited Balor Club finally comes to WWE. A lot of you guys, some of you, I wouldn't say a lot of you, disagree with me on having Balor come in this situation because it would make him heel. You know, you guys have to understand, there is no heel or face in WWE. There is none. We continue to push for Roman Reigns to be a heel, but does it really fucking matter? I mean, they don't really go out there, WWE anyway, go out there and tell you, okay, this is the bad guy, this is the good guy, and we're going to have the villain versus the hero. That doesn't exist in WWE anymore. I would rather things make sense. Balor obviously ties into all this, and his inclusion here makes sense. You got two different scenarios that you could look at here. Balor can come in, beat the shit out of AJ along with Gallows and Anderson. Styles can be fucking just ripped to shreds. And being that they're all on the same brand, Balor, Anderson, and Gallows, they need a new leader. And they're upset that they got split. They need to make themselves strong once again. So Balor obviously fits into this situation. He fits into this mold. Okay? Now, will that make Balor heel? No. I don't think so. I think Balor is so beyond that people are going to cheer him anyway. Because he gets that type of reaction. When the demon comes out, people aren't going to fucking boo the demon. People are going to cheer the demon because his entrance just gets everybody involved. Everybody likes that entrance. They love it. So I don't think Balor would be a heel. I think they'll be, how should I say, I think they'll be the cool heel to the point where they're fucking cheered. You know, I mean, they might portray viciousness and vileness on WWE television. Some of you actually want to see Finn Balor as a heel because you think he works better as a heel. So if they have some type of viciousness to them and some seriousness to them, but they got that cool, cocky, heel-like demeanor where they're going to get cheered anyway, so why not? I think it works. Either that or there's an amicable fucking split between Styles and Gallows and Anderson, and Styles can kind of recruit on the Smackdown side of things, and he doesn't know what he doesn't know what Gallows and Anderson are going to do, and behind his back, they kind of recruit Finn Balor for the Balor Club, and they just say, you know, fuck AJ Styles, and they do things behind his back. You know, whatever the case is, Styles can recruit on SmackDown. They can continue to recruit on Monday Night Raw. Once they come together via another draft, if they all get drafted to the same brand, they could have this whole big Bullet Club type faction like they did in New Japan in the WWE. It could be 5, 6, 7 members deep, and then they can overtake the WWE. You know, they definitely have room to play with here, but Balor to appear, I think the most logical thing here is that he comes, he appears, he debuts, he beats the shit out of AJ Styles. They stake claim that the Balor Club is here, they have a new leader, and so be it. That's the way it happens at Battleground. But will WWE do this, being that it is only a lead-in pay-per-view? I don't know. They may just have this fly under the radar. It is what it is. They lose the match tonight to Cena and Enzo and Cass. They go on Monday Night Raw, and then they pick up with Balor on Monday Night Raw. I don't know. So, WWE's all over the place. I don't even think they know what the fuck they want to do. I'm just giving you the ideas of what could happen, or what I would like to see happen. So, if Balor to appear on Battleground, I don't know. It's, again, 50-50. A slow start for Randy Orton versus Brock Lesnar. WWE's main event scene has been plagued with misfortune lately. First was the Roman Reigns wellness policy violation, and the damage done to his long-awaited triple threat match with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, and then came Brock Lesnar's failed drug test in the UFC. While it looks unlikely that WWE will suspend Lesnar for violating the USADA's anti-doping policies in the lead-in to his UFC 200 victory over Mark Hunt, they've been dealt a serious blow. Brock emerged from his MMA return with incredible momentum. His public interest level was at an all-time high, and until the test, he was reportedly set to be picked first overall in the WWE draft. Instead, Lesnar fell to 8th in the overall pecking order. And while it's extremely unlikely that his SummerSlam match with Randy Orton will be canceled, it has been irreparably damaged. Lesnar's dented reputation will likely reduce Orton versus Lesnar to a mere exhibition contest with very little build. but that's a huge shame. Lesnar was pulled from his scheduled appearance on this week's Smackdown Live and isn't scheduled to appear again until Summerslam. With Paul Heyman's WWE contract reportedly expiring this week, don't expect much to materialize from Randy Orton's return this weekend. WWE look all but set to go in cold on what should be one of SummerSlam's biggest matches. I don't know if WWE is going to do that. I mean, they announced everything. I don't know how WWE is going to handle the Lesnar situation, to be perfectly honest with you. That's going to take a whole nother video for me to discuss my personal opinions on that. I don't think WWE should really pay attention to the USADA's anti-doping drug test that Lesnar failed for estrogen blockers. I don't think they should mind themselves with that type of situation right now when they have a pay-per-view to build, which is the second biggest pay-per-view of the year. I think going into this, they should give us the match that we expect, and it's going to be a marquee match. It should be a marquee match. Orton versus Lesnar. Heyman should be on TV. Lesnar should be on TV. Orton should be on TV. I need a reason to know why these two are fighting. If you do not give us a reason as to why these two are fighting, nobody is going to fucking care. I don't want it to be another Ambrose versus Lesnar at WrestleMania, okay? Either that, or you should have just fucking scrapped the match to begin with. Fuck it. But Randy Orton's going to be on Battleground tonight. We might see a slow build. I heard rumors that Randy Orton could potentially be building towards something with Jericho after all this is said and done with Lesnar, and Randy Orton's next opponent will be Chris Jericho, leading into Clash of Champions and whatever they got going on in September and October. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what Randy Orton has to say coming back from what seems like a forever injury, so it's going to be great to see him back. I just need a reason to care about Brock Lesnar versus Randy Orton. Hopefully WWE gives us that reason. That's all I give a shit about. Like I said, I do not want to go into this match cold. You cannot do that. It needs some type of foundation to be built upon. I don't want it to be another Ambrose versus Lesnar at WrestleMania. That didn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. We didn't know why they were fighting. We don't even know why the match took place. This cannot happen with Orton and Lesnar. Main event double turn. Could we see a double turn in the main event tonight with Reigns and Rollins? Reigns' popularity is at an all-time fucking low. Good for him. Vince McMahon, apparent golden child, had long since been rejected by WWE faithful, and his wellness policy violation really nails that fact home. WWE have tried to position him as a top babyface, and it has failed miserably. Fans will only jeer him in his current persona, and he'll surely be booed out of the building when he makes his entrance tonight at Battleground. He's not only one of the main characters in tonight's main event, okay? Seth Rollins was perfectly positioned to return as a babyface after a long, grueling recovery from injury. Fans were absolutely itching to cheer him on as he came down post-Extreme Rules and attacked Roman Reigns. Then he came out on Raw and pretty much flipped the switch on everybody. And it came to a great disappointment when he opened his mouth and spewed the same heel rhetoric like he did before he was hurt. There are now strong rumors that both men could turn at Battleground, perhaps even during the match itself. Their crowd reactions are already the wrong way going into this pay-per-view. Reigns is a fucking heel, receiving heel-like reactions. Rollins is receiving face-like reactions. So WWE should honestly just say, you know what? Let's just give them the roles that the crowd wants them to have. All they need to do is have Reigns bully Rollins and Ambrose throughout the match and position Rollins as a sympathetic foil, much like Steve Austin and Bret Hart's legendary showdown at WrestleMania 13. It's a smart, logical booking rhetoric that makes perfect sense, particularly with Rollins and Reigns standing as Raw's only recognized post-draft main eventers. Raw will suffer immensely if the two protagonists align themselves with their current roles and aren't adjusted to the match in their match with their crowd reaction. So here's hoping everything that we discussed for fucking months comes to be tonight in the main event. I don't need to say anything else. Reigns needs to be a heel. Rollins needs to be a babyface. But like I said before, those roles do not exist in WWE. Vince McMahon does not care for a heel and babyface, good guy versus bad guy. It's whoever the fuck you want to cheer and boo for. That's the way it is. And finally, Seth Rollins to become the WWE Champion? I think so. Dean Ambrose WWE Championship victory at Money in the Bank was truly a moment for fans who have been waiting to see the Lunatic Fringe get his hands on the ultimate prize in the company. It can be argued that Ambrose's reward should have come a long time ago, but whatever the case, WWE legitimized him at Money in the Bank, and his momentum has never been greater. Unfortunately for Ambrose, it looks like his reign is about to meet an end. After cleanly defeating Rollins on Smackdown Live this week, Ambrose now looks looks to drop the WWE Championship to his former Shield brother, with Roman Reigns no more than a third wheel at this point. Cannot give the title back to Roman Reigns. Perhaps this shouldn't come as a surprise. Rollins was selected first overall in the draft, and though he was pinned by Ambrose a few hours later, the pick was clearly designed to establish him as the company's biggest star. At this point in time, WWE now looks to solidify his position as the man by putting the belt around his waist and building towards a one-on-one showdown with Reigns at SummerSlam, like I predicted. It'd be immensely unfair to WWE, or to Ambrose, I should say, for WWE to take the title off of him and replace him with Reigns, but it wouldn't be the first time he has been misused by the company, and it certainly won't be the last. Nonetheless, WWE have a huge amount of trust in Rollins, and all signs point to his victory at Battleground, leading to a main event with Reigns at SummerSlam. I simply put, and I know this by watching WWE for many, 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 many years, Rollins and Ambrose, I should say. Rollins and Ambrose have had two matches on Raw and on Smackdown. The first was a fuck finish. They gave the title back to Ambrose after a draw was determined. SmackDown Live, we've seen Ambrose pin Rollins clean with a Dirty Deeds. Do you think Ambrose is going to have 3 times in which he pins Rollins or Reigns and retains the title? No. Not with Rollins involved. I think Rollins is going to make this third time is not the charm. He's going to walk out by pinning Reigns, and he's going to be the new WWE Champion. That's just my take on it. It's going to be Rollins and Reigns at SummerSlam. I'm just bored of the entire fucking aspect of Rollins and Reigns right now. I really am. I think WWE has gone stale with this fucking storyline. I think Roman Reigns really fucking put the nail in his coffin by being suspended. Obviously, it shows that Rollins and Ambrose do not need Reigns. Reigns was a non-factor in this feud, this build, and honestly, I would have much rather seen Ambrose and Rollins after that fucking epic promo that they cut on each other a couple of weeks back. Reigns wasn't even there, so who the fuck needs him? Honestly, I think Reigns needs to be built up a little bit more. I don't think Reigns should be put back in the position that he was in because he can't be trusted, and I don't think he's cut out to be a WWE champion. I don't think he is the entertainer you think he is. He was entertaining in the Shield because he didn't fucking say anything and he played the proper role. As a singles guy, he is obviously lacking behind both Ambrose and Rollins, so why is everybody on his fucking cock? I don't get it. Reigns needs to be put in his place. Tonight, he is pinned by Rollins. Rollins is the WWE champion for the foreseeable future. I don't think Reigns is cut out to be a champion like everybody believes he is. That's my take on that. That's my prediction. Those are the rumors going into Battleground. Thank you guys so much. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. Let me know what you guys are thinking. This might be the last video for today. I'm fucking exhausted, man. This is the 3rd video today. So you'll see me again on Twitter during the pay-per-view, and then after the pay-per-view, tonight live on the WWE Network for the official review where we will discuss everything Battleground and everything that happens tonight on the pay-per-view. I'm JD. Thank you so much. If you missed my 2 videos from earlier, Off the Script, Part 3, uploaded this morning. Go check it out. Link is in the description. If you missed Parts 2 and 1, that's also down there as well. And Sasha Banks, the mystery partner for Battleground, Bayley, has been revealed by PW Insider, WrestleZone.com, and WrestlingInc.com. Make sure you guys go check that out. Everything you need is down in the description. I'll be back later today. I'm JD. Like I said, hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys later tonight for Battleground 2016.